Hello, my name is Lusia Advensia Nubabi. Here I will review an article with the title English as a Second Language or ESL Learning, Setting the Right Environment for Second Language Acquisition. The first one is Introduction. Acquiring a language isn't just about understanding its concept or format. It crucially involves being able to speak the language fluently. In Malaysia, English is widely accepted as a second language and is used as a medium of instruction in both formal and informal settings. It includes at the tertiary levels. Despite this, learners often lack exposure to the language outside the classroom and sometimes face the anxiety about speaking or being perceived as Westernized for using English. This study, therefore, intended to investigate how school setting and routine influence ESL learning among secondary students. The students also seek to contribute to the discussion on the importance of creating an inclusive, caring, and risk-free school-wide environment for ESL learning to success. The next one is method. The studies employed a qualitative research method. The first one is participant and settings. The participants were secondary students from all girls students located in Sengaler, Petaling in Malaysia. This specific school was chosen due to its central urban location and its history of having mostly proficient students in English, according to a previous study. The next one is data collection. Data were collected using observation and interview methods. The next one is observation. This was the primary instrument conducted over a period using a specifically prepared filed note and record behaviors, activities, and even related to the school settings. It includes the first one is filed note elements. This includes school setting routine and school routines. The second one is interview. A casual but proper interview was conducted with one of the students to investigate her opinion on the whether school setting and routine influences her English language learning. And the last one is analysis. The gathered data from the observation and interview were interpreted to analyze the influence of school settings and routine on ESL learning. The third one is result and discussion. The study found a correlation between school settings and routines and ESL learning among secondary students. The first one is school settings. The schools provide an optional environment for language acquisition. The key findings were the first one is fluent community. Most students were found to be fluent in English and generally communicated in English with each other as well as with teacher and staff. This high level of social interaction is considered the best method for SLA. The next one is high self-esteem. Students exhibit high self-esteem and proficiency in communicating. The next one is language-rich environment. The school setting was physically supportive, with facilities and English vocabulary posted in every corner, helping students get accustomed to the words and phrase. This aligns with Gardner's theory that a positive attitude toward the L2 community enhances motivation. The next one is school routines. The school implemented regular activities to boost student proficiency. The first one is reading routines. Activities like the 5-minute English reading routine on Wednesday and a 20-minute reading session replacing the Friday assembly help students expand their vocabulary and train themselves to get used to reading English materials. Reading is confirmed as an effective method for acquiring language and improve accuracy. The next one is public speaking. A public speaking activity held every Tuesday during assembly encouraged to volunteers weekly to speak publicly. This helps students overcome shyness, improve their self-esteem, and allow them to casually practice fluency without fear of judgment. The next one is classroom materials. Teachers were encouraged to use interactive worksheets and handouts from the newspaper, The Star, instead of only textbook, allowing students to relate learning to real-life times. The next one is student experience. An interview confirmed that student-based programs such as the annual literature concert and international English competition significantly boost her fluency. The last is conclusion. The study concludes that the school setting and routines serve as a vital medium for students to gain experiences as a sense of belonging and confidence in the process of acquiring ESL. There is a clear correlation between these factors and student performance in ESL learning. The school successfully enhanced the student willingness and motivation to acquire ESL by creating a suitable environment and providing routines that foster high self-confidence and a sense of optimism. The findings suggest that by creating the right environment, schools can effectively help ESL learners acquire L2 outside the classroom. However, the study also noted that there is no specific measure to what extent that factor influence learning, as other factors may also contribute to language acquisition. Future researchers is encouraged to investigate these related factors. That's all from me, and thank you.